So I guess now I'll open the floor up to people that are here that might have questions, because one of my questions is actually towards us, because I was go to like DIFA or Design on a Dime, like their big event. I'm like, how come there are never any vignettes designed by us? And so last year I went and I wound up speaking to one of the guys that that actually puts it together. And he's like, sure, you can design one. And it was like that simple. And I designed one. I'm not an interior designer. I design products and like spaces that let you chill. Like that's my whole thing. I'm perfecting the art of chilling. Like that's what I do. But they entertained the idea. They let me design a vignette, and it was that simple. When they came and had all the photographers come up and they took pictures of all of these designers, I was the only one of color, and I noticed stuff like that, but I also noticed how many other people are in the room that even come to the event. And like there were so many of us. I'll go to Apartment Therapies meetup, and it's not like it's not open to everybody, but you don't see that many people. You know, you don't see us there that often. And so I'm just interested in any questions you guys might have, or like, where y'all be at? You know, when all of this stuff is going on, or what we can do further. So the floor is open. You can ask whoever, whatever.
I actually designed a vignette last year.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I'm sorry, you did, because Kelly and I met at Design on the Dime. I thought it was the year before. I thought it was like every other year I see it.
I mean, I was there the year before.
Yeah, you were there the year before. Okay. Somebody ask a question? No.
What's your blog?
Oh, the Inside Stoop.
Inside Stoop.
Sheree has a question.
I'm going to bed. I'm not.
Do you want this?
No, I'm not an interior designer, but I'm moving into a great new space at the end of the month. So how do you go about picking the places that are featured in the shows for some of the redo or anything like that? Any resources for people who have no idea what they're doing?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. The production companies usually I develop the shows and then I give it to a production company to figure out how to do. I'm not so great with follow through. So basically the way it goes is they then search the country, send out like blast emails being like, hey, anyone, you know, go to Beyond HGTV and you can sign up for stuff that way. And we look at every single entry, like these production companies go through all of these, and it's all, you know, as important to us as it is to feature diversity in our hosts. It's important to feature diversity in our homeowners and everything like that. New spaces that are being designed, to be honest, like, I don't know, in the New York area you're moving, dear Genevieve's your girl. All you gotta do is write in a letter, and she'll come by, and you can email me also at the Inside Stoop, and I'll put in a good word with the production company. But yeah, we have 3 shows that are gonna start shooting in New York that actually all 3 have awesome designers. So yeah, you just go to Beyond HGTV and you'll see where we're looking to cast at that time. Or my first place. Did you already get the place?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
own it though.
Okay. Yeah, no, we have some fun stuff for that. So like Dear Genevieve is your best bet.
I'm always interested. Hi, I'm Dee Brian Archie. I'm happy everyone's here. I'm always interested to know what sparks the passion or the realization of the passion for people in what you do.
Well, for me, I'm inspired a lot by, I like to travel, and so travel is something that's always been really important in my personal life, and a lot of the designs that I do are really inspired by a lot of the trips that I take and the things that I see, and I sort of come back and mull things over. It could be just something as simple as a color scheme, you know, for somebody's living room, but I think it's always important to be kind of looking outside for you know, new sources of inspiration, whether that be, and it doesn't have to be from another designer, it could be something you take from nature, you know, but I'm always really excited and inspired by travel, so that's one of the things that sort of fuels a lot of my designs.
As for blogging, what inspires, well, I blog about lifestyle and interiors and decor. And what inspires that for me was the fact that everyone pretty much has a home and loves home, or just pushing the idea that that loving home is important, and there's a lot of reward in loving home and coming home to how you live. So that is my passion, and that's where I get my inspiration from. It's good together.
I am a shopper, so I go to every single store, every single trade show. I travel all across the country. I read every single email. So I'm inspired by like all the products I see, all the stories I hear. And then since Real Simple is solution oriented, I just ask my friends like what are they looking for, what would help them live easier or decorate easily. And that's how I come up with stories.
Well, I guess I'll answer. I just like stuff. I like, part of it is food photography. I think it's amazing just the way the colors and everything is laid out, the styling. And a lot of the architecture and street art that I see here, Sao Paulo, all over. I love graffiti, street art, anything that has like some type of urban edge to it is definitely inspiration to me. And I also love like Keith Haring and line, to pay attention to line quality when reinterpreting it for myself. So I'm inspired by a lot of stuff, hairstyles, braids, all kinds of things, nail color. Any other questions?
One more question. I'm not American, and to me, New York is the embodiment of diversity. And I'm curious if any one of you had experience with the way diversity is perceived or it functions outside of the
That's a great question. I think diversity is just something that just comes natural in New York City. But I would probably say that there are probably many parts of our country that isn't as diverse. It's pretty, black and white. And that just, New York City is a metropolitan city, so, metropolitan lifestyle equals diversity. So if it's not a metropolis, it won't equal diversity. So, I don't know if I answered your question, but in New York, it just comes easy. So it's like, it's an easy philosophy that comes to me as a New Yorker. But
as to designers trying to, push themselves, bringing a diverse design, so to speak, in a different area. If they have a harder time, easier time, just listen to that if anyone has experience.
Actually, I have. Pretty much anytime you leave New York, having come from New York, everybody's happy to have you. That's the thing that I see happening. So in terms of the other parts of the country wanting the diversity that's happening in New York, they do. And generally speaking, you could probably go to Tallahassee, Florida and do quite well if you get connected with the right people. And I think you're probably more likely to do so if you were coming from New York, which is really diverse.
Also, I think it totally brings it back to the whole social media question thing. Like, I really feel, I don't even know where people are from. These people are my grandma besties. I have no idea where these people are from. Like, and when they email me or when we get personal more than just like the random tweet or like I'm reading their blog, and I realize they're not from New York, I'm always like, oh, there's this huge other world out there that exists, and I mean, even beyond just diversity, it's interesting because in New York, there's this very like creative fire that's glowing, and when you meet these people who are from outside of this area, you kind of learn that everyone all around the country welcomes, I genuinely believe this, welcomes just great design and quality workmanship and stuff of that sort in general, and I think that you reach out and go to those places, like you were saying, it's an amazing thing. But the whole social media landscape right now kind of has, I guess, flattened the world, if you will, because now we can kind of all speak to each other and not be from somewhere. We're just kind of, it's cheesy, but it's citizen of the world, if you will, because you're just, I guess, a citizen of Twitter or a citizen of Blogger or whatever.